Good morning. What is going on here? Let me explain. Welcome to day 61, Tuesday, June 9th. So unlike New Mexico, the wind doesn't always die down in Colorado. When I set up my tent, I'd set it up directly in the wind and it was fine all night. And I felt pretty good that I would get through the night no problem. Well, about 2 a.m., some pretty strong wind gusts were coming from an opposite direction. I guess that's what happens when you camp on top of a pass. You got to expect these things. There were a few gusts where my poles were like straining. So I did not want to go through another snapped tent pole fiasco like I did in New Mexico. So 2 a.m. I got out of the tent. I basically took off the rain fly, disassembled the tent poles, threw everything in the tent, and basically cowboy camped with my little tent on top of me, which was fine. I actually slept really well. It's obviously a bit chillier, but my sleeping bag and an extra layer of clothing was good. So, yeah, an interesting evening. Sometimes you have no choice. You gotta take with what's given to you. So I could have pushed on yesterday, but I really was like done for the day. And it wasn't a really nice spot. Just I assumed the wind would die down, and it did not. It was pretty constant all night, but going the direction I had my tent faced. And then at some point I woke up and realized, danger. So you just got to improvise, and it worked out fine. I'm on my second cup of coffee, and I will be moving on soon. It's about 5:30. So the wind wasn't enough. A little early morning Graupel. There you have it. Pretty raw morning this morning. Wind, a little Graupel here and there. Hopefully we get on the other side of this pass and we start losing some elevation. Been gaining elevation since campsite. You did see that Thurston tent near one of the small ponds or lakes. So someone else came by later in the night. Yeah, ready to get out of the wind at some point, hopefully. Bit of a storm at the moment, but I'm glad it's not rain. I'll take this stuff any day. Hopefully it'll clear up at some point. So we came from up there. We've been steadily losing elevation. We're gonna hit Grizzly Pass in about a quarter mile. Might have some cell service. Nice little green valley. Definitely has been raw weather-wise. Little passing showers of either hail or Graupel. But luckily, once we got low, not a ton of wind. So almost 2 hours in, I'll be ready for a break at Grizzly Pass. 8 o'clock, made it to Grizzly Pass, 11,200 feet. Gonna look for a spot that has a little shelter from the wind. Have some breakfast. Probably won't delayer yet though. Looks like it's gonna be, at least for the next few hours, off and on again. Little storms passing through would be my guess. I feel like maybe some of this freezing rain is turning into regular rain as it's warming up. So I'm just putting a pack cover on just to keep things dry. A little more challenging with an ice axe, but hopefully it doesn't rip through. The weather's being very fickle today. It's about 9 a.m. Just had some more hail come down. Then the sun came out. I've actually taken off my merino wool base layer, so it's just my sun hoodie and the windbreaker. Debating taking off the fleece hat, we'll see. When there's no wind, it's fine, but like the weather just keeps changing every 10 minutes, so I just don't want to overheat, especially on the climb. So looks a lot worse over there though. Glad we're heading away from that. Just doing a quick look back at the way we came. So this distinctive peak, a 12,000 footer, unfortunately unnamed, but right behind it, Pagosa Peak. More rain dead ahead. Let's hope we're turning left. Looks a little brighter over this way. Okay, we got a bit of a snow traverse coming out, so busted out the micro spikes and the ice axe. About halfway through this thing. It's not too bad. All right, we just wrapped up that traverse. Wasn't too bad, but definitely some fall consequence there. So glad that one's done without any real heavy wind. Okay, I stayed on like what I thought was the trail, a nice deep trench, but apparently that's not it. But have regained the CDT, back on track. Okay, it's 11 o'clock. I finally feel like I can have my normal hiking attire. We'll see. The sun has been coming out a little bit more, which has been nice. But all morning it felt like a raw September or April day. So hopefully that mellows out for a while. We were all the way over there a couple hours ago doing that snow traverse. We've come a long way, climbing another pass. Just finished a very windy climb and ridge walk. I think we're going to be back in the wind in a second. Beautiful up here, just chilly. feel like I've been battling the wind for the past 24 hours. I really need a calm place to camp tonight. But getting really great views of Rio Grande Pyramid right there. Getting closer to it. Just got passed by a thru-hiker. He doesn't use a trail name, but I saw him my first day out of town at the very end of the day when I was getting water, and we were talking about the knife hedge, and I noticed he didn't have a ice axe, so he made it through okay. I don't know how I got ahead of him, but we were both lamenting the battle with the wind the past 24 hours. Both looking forward to getting out of the wind for tonight. Okay, it's 3 o'clock. There's a stream here. I'm gonna get water for camp, go up the trail there, find some grouping of live trees, and call it a day. I'm just beat between the fiasco with the tent last night and all the wind today. I'm ready to call it. Right, there was a nice spot near the creek, but it's just too dang windy. I'm not going through another night of wind, so the trail's gonna lose elevation eventually for the next 2 miles, so hopefully I can find something that's not surrounded by dead trees. All right, found home for the night, about 4:30. Yeah, that first site was nice, but I'm not dealing with the wind again. Lost about 800 feet in elevation, went almost another 2 miles. Gonna get set up and relax. I am really beat today. The wind tired me out more than the post-holing in the snow. All right, recap time. Did about 15 and a half miles. Camped at 10,800 feet, give or take. Have about 28 miles to where I will exit the CDT on another trail. That'll take me to a dirt road, and eventually, hopefully with a ride from someone, the town of Silverton, Colorado, where my next resupply package is, and hopefully where I can get a room. I guess it's kind of a touristy train stop. There's like a train that runs once a day. I guess it's busy when the train comes in, and then it's much less crowded once the train leaves for the day. But there's a lot of like little inns and hotels. I guess a lot of them are train based to stay. It's kind of, yeah, it's a touristy town, so what, it'll be fun. So hopefully in a couple days we'll be doing that. I haven't looked. I'm not sure what's on the agenda for tomorrow. We'll see in the morning.